Hey,
Hey guys,
what are we doing?
we thought it's about time we did another life update vlog. Lots happened since the last life update.
No kid yet, though.
No kid yet. Some good, some bad, but we kind of mentioned it. Well, actually, that wasn't even out yet. I think I mentioned in other YouTube episodes we talked about, so we had some bad news and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So we're actually in Post Falls right now, but we thought it'd be a good idea to do this and post it before we actually start doing all the exciting stuff in Post Falls. So, well, you want to start with the bad news first?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, so, we had the Arizona trip planned, and in the Arizona trip plan, we mentioned that we were worried about Poppy, and we might mention we had to take her to the vet because she was acting strange.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got back, it was June 2nd from...
I believe so.
I might have been June 1st.
Might have been June 1st.
We got back June 1st from Arizona, and we had kind of my parents, and especially Cam watching Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess let's start from the beginning. It started Wednesday.
Well, we'd been worried about her for a while because she hadn't been using her back right leg.
I mean, she'd step up and get down, and she wouldn't walk on all fours all the time. She'd kind of do 3 and then 4, and then 3 and then 4.
Well, we figured it was probably arthritis, and we had an appointment set up for her, I believe, June 5th.
Yeah.
To get it checked out and see what else we could do, because we had been doing some pain medication to kind of manage her arthritis pain.
Inflammation medication.
Yeah. So we had an appointment set up for her, but we had concerns prior to because she wasn't using her foot.
Yeah.
Or her leg, I mean.
Wednesday morning, right before we went to Arizona, because we left Friday, she seemed perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Was outside, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Just being normal Poppy. Plenty of energy.
Mm-hmm.
I got back home Wednesday night after working. I think it was like a 10-hour shift or something like that.
Yeah, so you were back, what?
Yeah, it'd be like 5:30 or something like that. And, yeah, my mom was concerned about Poppy, and she said, you need to check on Poppy. There's something wrong with Poppy. So I'm like, okay, well, let me go check this out. So Poppy came out to greet me like she usually did, but she couldn't walk straight. She was literally walking like she was drunk, and she would like lose her balance and fall over. Super, super concerning. I've never seen her, act like that. And so all of Wednesday we tried to get...
Yeah. Wednesday evening we loaded her up in the car and we called Dove Lewis to try and get her in there. That's a big emergency vet in Portland. Called them. They said it was going to be about an 18 to 20 hour wait before she would even be seen by a vet. Called a bunch of different places. I mean, we made a lot of phone calls.
Yeah, all over.
Stopped in a parking lot
near us.
And made a whole bunch of phone calls. All of them were at, we're at capacity, can't see them.
Are really long waits.
Yeah. This is emergency vets, guys. Can't see our dog in an emergency. That's how bad it is.
I think a lot of it was COVID related. We figured out, or that the vets told us.
Yeah.
They said that because some people were home for so long, there was a lot more pets in the picture.
Yeah.
And so since they couldn't get regular vet appointments, they went to the emergency vets, And so it kind of sucks for those who actually really need care for the dog.
Yep.
But anyway, so Wednesday happened, and Poppy, she wasn't doing great, but she's still walking. She still had energy, whatever.
She was still eating.
She was still eating. Thursday morning, she still had a little umph in her. She was slow and she was breathing pretty heavy, but she could walk down the stairs, and she could walk like around the house and use the bathroom and walk back, even though we could tell it was definitely straining her.
Yeah. So. I tried to, get out of work so I could take her in, and my job absolutely would not let me. Now, it was my last day at this job,
so she could have
and I could have just said, you know what, I'm done, I'm doing this, but I didn't, because that's not who I am. Although, I probably would have if Nate hadn't been able to get off work.
But I called my boss, told him the situation, and he's like, all right, do what you need to do. And so I looked at, there's a animal vet place semi close to our house. And so I went there, and they kind of have like a waiting list system where, first in, first out. And so I got there probably a good 30, 45 minutes before they opened. And they opened at like 6:30 in the morning. So
Yeah.
I was there super early, just kind of waited in the car with her and whatnot. And then it was funny because they said that I think the vet office opened at 7,
yes.
but the phone lines opened at 6:30. So 6:30 on the dot, I called and got no response. And I called, 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 and I called. And finally, the secretary picks up the phone, and and I told her what's going on. I said, yeah, I've been calling for a while. She's like, I know. I saw your number. She memorized her number. It's how regular I was calling her. But anyway, so, we got her all popped all set up, and they actually had to bring a gurney for her because she could barely walk at this point in time. And so they took her in, and we had a couple options. I want to do everything I possibly could that would be in our means to afford. And so I played for a whole bunch of blood work and different things for her, just in X-rays and MRIs, and just to make sure, and if there's something wrong, that they could see that way they'd find it. They really didn't find anything.
They found her 2 vertebrae were closer together than they should have been.
And so they recommended some different pain meds for her, and they said it could be this, but it's most likely neurological. Unfortunately, animals' hospital costs are close to human animal prices. So for us to continue to investigate neurologically, we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And we love our dog, but
that's just to
hospitalize her.
Just to hospitalize her before she even sees a specialist.
It was way out of price range.
It was, and there was not good odds that even if they found out what was wrong, that they would be able to fix it. And she was 14 and a half.
In certain ways, we were hopeful. I took the day off work, and I went home, and I was just doing different things, and and they did all their tests, and then they called me and told me to come get her. They recommended a pain pill, a muscle relaxer, and then she also had an anti-inflammatory pill. And so we get her home Thursday, and of course I'm carrying her around at this point. She could no longer support herself. She could stand, but if you took her outside to go potty or something like that, she would literally collapse after like 2 seconds of supporting her weight. So we were really hoping that if we gave her a few days to just rest and kept her, medicated and different things, that she'd be okay.
It was a really difficult place to be in because we had planned this trip to see my grandma because we weren't sure that she was doing so well. She actually turned out to be doing better than we had thought she was. But it was really important for us to take this trip, and we had it all planned and all paid for and everything. It put us in a really difficult place because
we want to be there for the dog, but also animals are super important, obviously. But grandparents, I mean, they're slightly more important, But anyways, so Friday she was not really doing that great. We got her to eat Thursday night, which was good. We got her pain pills. We got her some wet food, and she loved the crap out of it, and she just devoured it. So we're like, okay, this is good. This is hopeful. And then again, anytime we took her outside, she couldn't really support herself. I think actually Thursday she could still support herself to a point.
I think even Friday she could support herself a bit.
Friday is when she started losing her ability to support herself. And so I had to go to work on Friday, but it was only a half day because I already planned on making it really easy. And I didn't have to even leave. I was just doing stuff around my work. And so, we get back, and she's just resting. It actually makes me think about Thursday. Yeah. When we got back from the vet, she was obviously pretty labored when she was walking. But she has a bed in our computer room, and so she tried so hard to make it to that bed, and she actually finally walked from the hallway all the way to where the computer room used to be. Then we just switched computer rooms because we're gonna eventually have two rooms. One's gonna be our sleeping quarters, and the other one's gonna be computer room. And so we moved all the computer stuff into the room that's eventually gonna be our main room once it's done being worked on. And so after she ate, in the old computer room, I walked away and did some stuff, and then I went back into the computer room, and she walked all the way to her bed right next to me in the computer room. So we're getting a little hopeful at this point, Maybe it's gonna be all right. But anyways, Friday happened.
Friday,
and
I was home with her. I was home with her. It was just me and her and the little guys. And Nate's dad for a little bit. And I was getting her all set up in the living room. I didn't want her to be all the way in the back of the house. I wanted her to be out where there were people. So I put her out there, got her all set up, only to have her moved back to where I had just brought her from.
Yeah, my dad moved her, which we weren't too happy about.
Yeah, and I stepped away for a few minutes, and then when I came back to something that absolutely terrified me. Luckily, she was okay, but she had, I think, tried to get up and move herself or whatever, and she was laying down, but her head was bent back at an angle that it shouldn't have been. Like, I can't even describe it, guys. It terrified me. She was okay. I got her resituated, and I moved her back into the living room because, again, that's where people are going to be. Yeah. So that's where I wanted to get her set up before we left for Arizona.
So anyways, I got home Friday, and we tried to feed her, and she didn't want to eat. Yeah. We took her potty, and she did go to the potty, but she couldn't support her out. She went to go, and she just, as soon as I let go of her, she collapsed. She still went potty outside, but she couldn't support herself. So we're getting super worried, and so my buddy Cam, he's pretty good with dogs, and he's been, a big part of our life, and especially her life also. So I asked him if there's any way that he could maybe, after work and stuff and free time he had, to kind of swing by and keep an eye on her. And he did. He's a really good guy. And I'm thankful for everything he did. But we had to leave Friday afternoon to catch a flight. And Friday evening, as we're flying to Arizona, we found out that Cam had gotten her to eat and drink, which was really, really good.
Yeah.
And he took a picture of her, and she had a big smile on her face, which was really nice. And then, so we're hopeful. Saturday, the same situation. Cam was going over there, spending some time with her. And again, Saturday, he sent us a picture of her. Sunday rolls around, and
when he would send us a picture, he would send it like that was the first thing we got, picture of Poppy. Yeah. Whenever he communicated with us. And Saturday, picture of Poppy, right from the get-go when he communicated with us. Sunday, and this is all coming to my phone. Sunday, I messaged him to see, how Poppy was doing. First picture I get, picture of the little guys.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. We love them. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then another picture of the little guys. And I'm like, okay. I'm getting really concerned right now. Mm-hmm. Because we knew, like, with how old she was, we knew that it could possibly, her time could come. We were hoping it wouldn't come while we were in Arizona. Mm-hmm. So I messaged Cam, and I'm like, hey, you got a picture of Poppy? So he did send one.
Yeah.
And then
Monday, I think he also sent one, and he might have given Tuesday. And
Tuesday he definitely did, because he, Tuesday morning, he had, he got all of Tuesday off.
He took it off just to watch Poppy for us, which is really
because
awesome.
She was going to be completely alone all day, because Monday was a holiday. That's right. Yeah. So he came over in the morning, picked Poppy up, took her to his house, and he has a big, cushy, round bed that she laid on, and all three of his boys were right around her.
sleeping right next to her or looking at her.
Giving kisses.
Yeah. I think they knew. Yeah. But
Cam even said that he knew Tuesday when he was taking care of her.
But we got home, and Poppy was waiting for us, and she was excited to see us, but she was in so much pain, guys. Like, it hurts me to just think about it. Like, she never cries, like, ever. Maybe whines a little bit when she's excited, but never really cries. And she couldn't stop crying. And we took her to the room, planning on maybe dealing with the situation on Wednesday. And every 2 minutes you had to adjust her to keep her comfortable. So we made the call that it would be best for her if we put her down. So it's pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we would love to still have her with us, it wasn't fair to her. No. And that is not how she would have wanted to live. She was the most energetic, active dog. Like, she was, if there was a backyard to run in, she would run in it.
Yeah, she would.
So, and you could tell this was not how she wanted to live. So we
totally dependent on other people.
Yeah.
That wasn't her. She was very stubborn.
She was independent. That's
everything on her terms. I mean, she listened, of course, but like she on her terms, constantly has you pet her on her terms.
Yeah.
Everything on her terms.
So we got a hold of a place in Vancouver.
Yeah. We
took her up there, and honestly, the experience was very peaceful. Yeah. We were put in a room and able to have, as much time as we wanted to say goodbye before we had them, come in to give her the medicine. But, the lights were, it wasn't like an exam room.
Yeah, it was.
The lights were dim. Mm-hmm. There was a couch. And we got to have our masks off to spend some time with her. Mm-hmm. And when it was time, we just had to hit a little switch on the wall to let them know. And they came in, and there were 2 medications that they had already placed an IV and everything prior to us, getting some time with her. And so they had 2 medications. One to make her really sleepy, and then one would be to stop her heart.
All these are painless, so it's just a simple. You're going to sleep, and now you're no longer here.
Yeah, I had been watching her breathing because she had been panting, and then I noticed that her breathing had slowed down, so it was even.
Yep.
But I still I was still watching her breathing. They gave her the first medication to make her sleepy, and I noticed as they were pulling that one and capping it and getting the other one situated before they had even started to give her the second medication, she had stopped breathing and she was gone.
It was kind of funny too thinking about it because, as I said, that girl was so stubborn, but
she did things on her terms.
We kept on telling her, just leave, go be free, and
we told her,
you know what? Fine, I'll give you guys this one. And
she we kept telling her that it would be, that we would be okay, that she could go. We didn't want her to be in pain. It's crazy because the little guys, while we were gone, I guess the little guys, they're usually
bark at her.
They're always barking at her, giving her a hard time. And they didn't bark at her, didn't give her a hard time, nothing. They were on their best behavior.
They knew too. They all knew. They were all part of her pack. But so June 2nd, 3 a.m. She moved on.
Yep.
She's rough,
she's up there running. She's up there running with Toffee and my dog Shelby and all the other animals that we've had. And someday we'll get up there, and we'll get to see her again.
Yeah. And she'll have all her energy.
Yeah. Oh, she's running so fast, I guarantee it. We went to Manzanita a few weeks before all this, and we had taken this hike down to this really awesome beach. There were tons of dogs. But there were these two dogs that were chasing each other around. They were going so fast. And she wanted so badly to run with them.
Yes, she did.
But
we were like, let her.
Yeah, we should have let her. But we were like, Poppy, there is no way you could keep up with them. They were fast, Poppy can go fast, but.
And then she got some little off the leash time, which I'm sure you guys saw on that. I mean, I can link that video too down below, but yeah. So that's the hard stuff out of the way, and on to the good news.
I got a new job.
She did. I know we kind of mentioned it, but I was doing school bus driving, and COVID I was lucky I got paid, but I really didn't work very much during the summer. I mean, I had the whole summer off. I started out unemployment. And then I really felt like I needed to start looking for a new job. So I started looking probably around September last year in 2020. And I didn't have a whole lot of luck. And I was applying here and going to interviews here and there. And no one really wanted to hire me. And then I saw this really random thing on Indeed. And I applied for it, not knowing what it was. And it turned out to be a company called Relay Resources, which is a company that deals with people who have disabilities. And they had a CEO job for shred technician, driving around pretty much and shredding classified papers. And so beginning of the year, or after Christmas, actually I think it was Christmas break, because Christmas break for driving school buses, I went in for the interview and found out I got the job, which was really cool.
You found out the same day, didn't you?
Yeah, like within 15 minutes of the interview. They're like, okay, you got the job. So I wanted to say goodbye to my partner at school bus driving. We were doing food delivery. We weren't actually picking up children. We were just bringing lunches to them so they'd have food. And so I worked, I think it was the 5th. It was the 5th of January 2021 was my last day with First Student. And the 6th was the day I got hired by Relay Resources. This job's been really, really good. The pay was about equivalent to what I was making as a bus driver, but it was full time. And on top of that, they cover your health insurance.
Yeah.
And so it's been a really big blessing for us.
Yep.
It's why we're able to do so much stuff recently. It's why we're able to go on more trips than usual. It's why we're able to go to Arizona. It's why we're able to go to Idaho. It's why we're able to do a full weekend at the beach.
Yep.
So, I'm working there and figuring out. And
laundry job opened up in February, I believe.
It was February, yeah. And so I told Kelly to apply for it. She wanted to get out of childcare because it's something we still struggle with, not having kids yet after trying it's been 3 years now.
Well, and the stress of being in childcare. I was in childcare for 5 years before I got out of childcare. And while I absolutely, loved all the kids that I would care for and, and I loved what I did, I wasn't in a center that I was, very happy with. It was contributing a lot to my anxiety issues, and there was a lot of stuff that just wasn't going right. So I had wanted to get out for a while. So I applied for the laundry job in February, but I did not get it. It was given to somebody else.
Yeah, we're pretty sure what happened is that they already decided to get this other dude the job. And so they gave Kelly an interview because they're interviewing, but really they had hired someone. So it's a little bit discouraging, and she had to keep doing her...
Somebody's calling you.
Stuff.
Hold on.
Okay, so let's restart that. So, Kelly applied in February, and they didn't give it to her. We figured that was because they already hired someone for the position. And so it was kind of frustrating for us, and Kelly kept doing the childcare thing. Mm-hmm. And I saw this dude working, and I was like, this kid, I don't know if he's going to make it. At first, I was like, he's not going to make it. And then he actually started doing pretty decently. So I was like, okay, well, maybe he will survive. He will make it. And then all of a sudden he disappears. I'm like, what on earth is going on here? Come to find out that he had a really sick mother, so he was going to take care of his mother. So he left Relay in order to help take care of his mom because I think his brother and his dad were in the military or something like that. I don't know the whole story behind it. I don't really care that much, honestly. But I'm like, okay. And then he disappeared for a few days. Then all of a sudden he reappeared. Apparently he decided that, hey, I can take care of my mom and also work for Relay.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, he quit. and so after from that point on, it was like I was talking to the supervisors in laundry and asking them when the job was going to be opened, and and how excited how much Kelly wanted to work for Relay and all these different things. And when did the ad go up? Do you remember?
It went
Probably
up
May.
in May.
So the laundry ad finally went up in May, and of course I talked to that's a flag wave, and I was like, what is that? And so my old partner, and then me, I talked to everyone in laundry, and I talked to Kelly's direct boss, I talked to Kelly's boss's boss, I sent emails out, and long story short,
I had the interview, which it was a lot longer than the first time I applied. I had an interview. It was about 5 minutes long. This time it was like 20 or 30 minutes of interview.
Mm-hmm.
And then had a second like over the phone interview kind of deal. Just basically, hey, here's what the job entails. Are you comfortable with that? Are you comfortable with these hours? Are you comfortable with this, sort of wages? Okay, we'll get back to you. I think it said either Friday or by Monday at the latest.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was on Saturday?
No, it was probably Monday or Tuesday or something like that. I think it was early on in the week.
Okay, so early on in the week. We'll say Monday.
Sure, that works.
By Thursday, a day before I was supposed to find out, they offered me the job. So I took it.
Yes. For her, they also give her free health insurance. I was paying that. And I don't know how expensive insurance is for you guys, but for us, for just Kelly, for me to cover insurance, because I couldn't get any assistance because my income was too high.
Yeah, we dropped off the, before you had switched jobs, we had
health insurance for the government because we made so little money.
Tax credit. And so it was
like 120 or 140
for
a
both
month
of us.
For dental and also health insurance.
For both of us.
Yeah. As soon as I got the new job and took myself from that insurance and so I paid for Kelly's insurance, it was $408 for her alone for not that great insurance coverage. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, it's very, very nice that now she has insurance at Relay, which means we can take that money and we can save more of it and other things.
Also, I've already managed to impress them.
You did? Good job. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's I had a progress report. Everybody that comes through has to do a couple days of janitorial training.
Because that's our biggest thing at Relay.
Because that is the biggest thing. So even though that's not where I'm going to be, I needed to do some janitorial training. So I did like a 5.5 hour shift of janitorial training. And then the next day got a progress report. And it's essentially a whole bunch of different things like, time management and, all this stuff. Just a whole bunch of different categories down this page. And, there's, it's either needs improvement, meets expectations, or exceeds expectations. Well, all but one of those categories for me was in meets expectations, which is what they look for, for you to meet, and if you exceed, that's great.
Yeah.
One thing I had needs improvement, and it was just because I had to go back over and redo, something that I had cleaned. It was a mirror. I missed some spots. Those are hard to clean. They said they really don't ever see that. They usually see a more, a lot more in needs improvement. So it's kind of a even spread. So I've already impressed them.
The cool thing was when everything happened, because Kelly was supposed to start actually the Wednesday we got back from Arizona, so the 2nd of June.
Mm-hmm.
And once we told him what happened with Poppy, I could not get the day off. I asked my boss, and he's like, I don't have anyone to help me out. And he says he'd give me the Thursday off to take her in the vet. I'm like, okay, I'll come into work. Of course, I went into work with an hour and a half of sleep or something like that.
Yeah.
And worked like a 10-hour day, but...
Yeah, didn't your boss even told you?
He told me I could sleep in the truck
He's
if
like,
I wanted to,
you
but...
can sleep in the truck, I'll do the job, but...
I did. He still did the bulk of the work, but, I'd grab bins and stuff and help him out. And I actually managed to survive. I think it's because we came back from vacation, so I was pretty rested from vacation. But yeah. Anyway, so they let her take the week off.
Yep, because they only onboard every Wednesday.
Yeah, and let her start the following Wednesday.
Which was good because I didn't sleep well for a while.
And then Wednesday came along, and she's onboarding, and then they approved the week of vacation for her, so it was cool. I mean, she told them that when she got hired, so they knew about it, but work 3 days, go on a week vacation, everyone's dream, right? But yeah, so Monday, we're going back, and she'll have her first day actually being trained in the job she's supposed to be doing.
Yep.
So she's also making almost $1 more than she was doing childcare, which is really nice for us.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. What else is going on? Oh yeah, the GoFundMe. I'll link it down again below. But
I think we're at 2,100.
Yeah. Thanks to a lot of you guys who watch this, and also another podcast who listens to the Ralph Report.
Yeah.
We have raised over $2,100.
The goal that I've set, because I'm looking at this in terms of, because there's a bunch of different steps you have to go through to when you're going through the process of trying to adopt. You have to there's like the application fee step, which was $1,500, which we've paid.
Mm-hmm.
The next step is the home study, which is $5,500. So right now, instead of looking at the bigger picture of the $35,000 that you need to adopt, I'm looking at the $5,500 that we need for the next step. Once we are able to pay for that next step, I can look at the next one, which I believe is around $7,000. It's a little bit crazy, but I am trying to. I would really like us to hit the 5,500 mark by August 10th, which is Nate's birthday. That
would be pretty cool.
Yep.
And I know it's hard times right now, and I know not everyone can donate, and I get it. And, we're also probably going to, since we're making a little more income, we're probably going to start putting more money towards it also.
Yeah. We're not asking for other people to fully fund our adoption.
No.
We're just asking for a little bit of help because adoption is incredibly expensive.
It is, especially for infant adoption, which we really want.
We really would like to, adopt an infant. It really means a lot to me to be able to be there from day one.
Yeah.
I should get that opportunity just like any other mother. So.
And so, yeah, I'll link that down. If you guys can't donate, that's fine. If you can pass it along to your friends, or whatever, different things that you use, and that'd be awesome too.
Yeah.
But
I'm yawning so much today.
Yeah, we're a little worn out from last night. We were partying kind of hard. I mean, not really. We drank a 12-pack of Smirnoff Ice, which really isn't that impressive, but...
Drank some drinks and sat around a fire.
But still, plus the whole week it's been a lot of fun, but it's been draining.
Yeah.
Oh, what else we're working on? We also really feel like it's important to get our own place. My parents eventually, within probably a year or two, are planning to move to Arizona.
Yep.
And so right now we're also trying to save more money, knock out some of our debt, and get our own place. Mm-hmm. And whether that be Spokane, which is a possibility, which would let us still keep the adoption plan we have, because it's only good in Oregon and Washington.
Yep.
Or whether it be buy a place in Oregon because of our jobs, which are stable. We don't know, but we're really feeling the push that it's time. It's time for us to move on. My parents have been great, but...
Well, it's not that we've wanted to be, renting, a room or the back part of a house from people for our entire marriage. It's just that
Just recently, our
life-
financial situation turned around. We were
life handed us a
strapped.
crappy hand. You know, before we got married, Nate had an amazing job,
Mm-hmm.
would have afforded us being out on our own from the get-go.
Yeah.
But that company sold. And so it's been just kind of a battle to get back to some semblance of stability.
Mm-hmm.
And
we finally did it.
yeah, it wasn't
it took
until
3 years, but we finally did it.
Yeah, wasn't until this year that you know, things kind of turned around and made it so that maybe we'll be able to get the ball rolling on this stuff a little bit.
And right now the market's so crazy. So I think the best thing we can do is just save, get our debt knocked out, and save money.
Yeah.
And then that way, hopefully, when the market goes down, which I don't know when that's going to be, we'll get something. Where it's going to be, God only knows.
Yeah. Eventually, we would like to be up in Idaho.
Yes, we love Idaho.
Yep.
But Idaho's also changing too. You know, it's a lot more busier than it used to be when I used to come up here, 10, 15 years ago, so.
Yeah, but the winters tend to drive people away.
Yeah, but last year was a pretty mild winter.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll see what happens this year.
Yep.
Is there any more big life things we're working at?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. All right, guys.
I mean, I'm still trying to get stuff put together for my Etsy shop. That's just taking a long time.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Kelly may eventually start a Etsy shop.
I mean, I have it all set up. I have my logo. I need to get, like a stamp made so that I can put a stamp on the back of my cards because it's mostly cards. And I need to get like stickers made to put on the envelopes and whatnot, for when I send stuff. But that's still in the works. That's probably not going to happen anytime.
Oh, and every
soon.
now and then, I don't think I can link them, but Kelly does TikToks.
Yeah.
So, might be fun to look into those. I don't think there's a way for me to link them. I don't know if there's a way for you to share them with me, so, but
Yeah,
I don't know. But we're out there somewhere on TikTok. I don't even know you Google to find us. But yeah, she does that every now and then. And we got some cool videos. The last we took were...
I have two.
Yeah, there was one with...
Poppy.
Me and Poppy, and then... I think they both are Poppy and me.
Well, one is you, and one is you and Poppy and Manzanita.
But they're kind of cool. Kind of give you guys a little extra pictures and stuff from our trip. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Things are looking pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's come at a cost. We lost Poppy, which has made this trip to Idaho extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Because usually my brother Josh comes, and he's in Arizona now. And then usually, Kelly's mom was going to come, but she couldn't. And usually there's Poppy, who we got placed with the yard specifically for her.
Yep.
And so, it was really hard coming up the 6 hours from Oregon to Idaho and not having her in the car.
Yeah.
And then for a while there, it was just me and Kelly, and it was hard. Like this big house all to ourselves. And
we need a travel companion,
We do.
Down the line,
Yeah.
we'll probably get another travel companion, probably another, older girl.
Yeah, maybe
or
not
boy.
quite as old as Poppy, but I'm hoping maybe by next year this time. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what life holds. Who knows what's going to happen the next year. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good life update.
I think so too.
A lot of good news, some unfortunate news, but things are really starting to work out for us, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
And I will say, we don't have a lot of subscribers. I think we're at 43 right now. But
that's
last year,
double.
We had 17. Not to mention my second channel, Umber Shadow Gaming, which has another 24.
Yeah.
So we're getting close to 80 overall subscribers, which is awesome. So hit that subscribe button. Alright, guys. With that said, thank you for taking the time to watch our videos.
Click that subscribe button.
Click on that bell to be notified when we release new content.
What else do? We gotta smash the like button.
Obliterate the like button.
Yes, obliterate it. Hit that thumbs up, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say comments?
Questions and comments are always welcome. We love feedback from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So leave feedback, always appreciated. Oh, we release new content every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and last day of the month. Except for this month's been a little crazy because everything that happened with Poppy. I skipped a week of doing YouTubes, and then because I was under so much pressure and trying to do stuff, put stuff together, we end up only actually doing a YouTube, a vlog on Tuesday, and then a YouTube on, which will drop today actually, which is Friday, which is just another drunk gaming with me and my brother and Kelly playing Heroes 2, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we really got to get on that taste test. We did release.
Yeah. We have our entire box we haven't touched.
Spain's taste test released about a week into the new month instead of the end of the month.
Yeah.
But I want to get back on track to every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and last day of the month. I might try to start doing at least 2 YouTubes on Saturday. And so I might throw on an extra gaming video in there. I don't know. But right now, we're doing 3 or 4 a week. That's a lot, especially working full time.
Yeah. I don't know how you do it.
Yes.
Do you enjoy it at least?
I do. And one thing I look at it is, I'm sharing games with people that I really enjoy playing. And also, I'm looking at this vlogging channel as like home videos. So, come years down the road, when me and Kelly have a kid, whether adoption or natural, they can look back at mom and dad in their 30s and 40s and just kind of see what we were like and all the adventures we had before. And,
like with their crazy aunt.
I think most kids want that, honestly. Just to kind of see how their parents were when they were younger.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we only go back into our 30s, but...
Yeah.
But yeah. With that said... Do you hear that?
Adventure's calling. Bye, guys.
One last thing. I am working on an ode to Poppy, which is I'm going through all the photos and all the video clips and everything we have of Poppy for the last 4 years. And it's a project I'm working on, and I'm not rushing it, and I do it in my spare time. But I'm hoping it's going to be really good. And eventually, there'll be a whole YouTube out on that. And I probably will link that down at the bottom of this video eventually when I get done with it. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that so you can see Poppy and see her from pure black to
getting gray.
And all the energy she had. And I think it'll be a good experience for everyone if you want to follow along. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
That's it. Bye.
Bye, guys.